Mushroom Kingdom Fusion, Beta 0.3. Mario's been through a lot over the years, but he's never been on an adventure like this. Look at the size of this world map. They actually used a map of the real world. It's expansive enough to be the entire game by itself, but it's just one of the 10 worlds planned, from Mega Man's world to Mobius, many of which already have at least a couple levels finished. As for the gameplay, it's got a mix of mechanics from Super Mario 2, 3, and World. Then add guns. Mega Man suits, Halo suits, shops, and much more. However, the game doesn't stop with Mario. The demo has 14 different playable characters, and there's even more under development. From Mega Man style to Ghosts and Goblins style, their gameplay varies greatly. It's like every gamer's childhood dream come true. Oddly, Mega Man himself seems to have been specifically excluded from the lineup, but with Roll, Proto Man, Vile, and Zero all as playable characters, plus the Mega Man suit power-up, the series arguably has even more representation than Mario does. In the earlier demos, my favorite character was always Tails, but now I have to go with Link. He's got everything, from boomerangs to the Megaton Hammer, to bombs, to a Zero suit. Well, not quite everything. There's no Pegasus boots, bow, fire rod, or even hookshot. I'll bet the Dark Link has those items. No, there is no Dark Link. But you could suggest that's the development team. I just did. Oh, this vid's gonna piss them off. But Dark Link is never playable! Here you go. What the? Now shut up! At last, Dark Link! Yes, all the characters are fully skinnable, which means that, if 14 characters just isn't enough for you, you can replace any one of them with whatever character you want. In fact, the development team has already put out a few skins. And if you check out the forums, you'll find a thread where there's countless more that have been produced by random fans. When combined with the ability to alter the music, you can... What the hell? Not only is most of the Fusion team usually open to suggestions when designing a level or character, a lot of sprite work is contributed by people who go to the forums but aren't technically on the development team. This is how they can have, for example, unique Goomba sprites in almost every level. Also, they actually have released their full game engine. If you're familiar with Game Maker 7.0, you can download it and make your own levels, or, for those with programming inclinations, add new characters and other things to the game, and then offer it to be officially added to the game, making this perhaps the only Mario game that will ever be developed by its own fanbase. The music is nothing but hits, pilfered from all over gamedom. But the terrible truth the Fusion team doesn't want you to know. All things must have an equal and opposite reaction. If you compress this much awesome into such a confined space, a price must be paid. 12,000 starving orphans had to be deported to work in Siberian ice mines. 2 million acres of rainforest had to be eaten. And one gnat was tragically incinerated. And all this just to produce the first level of the game. If you're watching this at www.gamersnark.com, there should be a link directly below this video to download this game, as well as interviews with the game's development team and to their YouTube channel, where you can catch videos of their latest work as they make them. It's really hard for me to pick a favorite level. Every level has its own feel and often plays distinctly different from the rest. A few of my favorites are Tetropolis. Just the concept of turning Tetris into a platformer blows my mind. It's a straightforward, simple, and yet brilliant level. The Bay of Flames and Airship Armada stages. I've always loved the Super Mario 3 airships. I'm so happy to see them in MKFusion. While Tree Zone Trek may be ridiculously unfair, it includes what I've always considered to be the coolest area in the Mario series, the Beehive. They even added a graphic of honey running down the screen. Burrito Bash is amazing. Being a straight-up remake of the first world of Super Mario Land, but somehow feeling new and different at the same time. I also like their take on King Totomesu. Speaking of Super Mario Land stages, Lake of Amnesia is the sub-pop level, except instead of being underwater in a sub, you're trekking through a desert. While these are my favorites, there isn't a single level included in the game so far that I don't like. All the levels included are quality, and every time I see someone list their favorite levels, the list is different. I just love the item shower you get whenever you defeat a boss. Now, given that this is a beta, and that more or less makes us bug testers, it's really not fair for me to talk about bugs. Suffice it to say, there's plenty at the moment, though many of these bugs will be fixed when beta 0.31 comes out, which I imagine will be quite soon. The thing most often complained about, at least the thing everyone I know complains about, is Sonic. I was rather expecting his sci-fi suit to be Mecha Sonic, rather than another lightning shield. Now this is a little hard for me to understand, because he plays exactly like he always did in his own games. And it's not like he's standing next to someone exactly like him, only better. I mean, Sonic jumps slightly higher, which is better than flying because, let me start over. While Tails is incredibly fast compared with the other characters, Sonic is ever so slightly faster, which is an advantage because when moving at high speeds you have even less time to react to... And it's good in the run sections because unlike slower characters who move with the screen, you fly all over the place and die. And his knockback means that if anything hits you, you get knocked backwards and die. So it's like you only have one hit point in those sections. Oh yeah? I got it! Sonic, he's got a downward smash that breaks bricks! With it, you can get this 1-3-up life moon and... well, it's the only time it's come in handy so far. Alright. Tails can't spin dash through Spinies, and Sonic is literally a ball of death spikes. What the hell? What's the use? The only thing Sonic has that qualifies as an actual advantage is a projectile-resistant duck. But even then... all in all, this is the most ambitious fan work I've ever seen, and they're really delivering. When finished, this game will definitely be a contender for greatest game of all time.